The simple answer of what the Bible is that it's God's word. But when you begin to press it a little bit more, it's even more than that. It is, of course, God's word, but it is something that is much, much greater than that. Because it's not just God speaking to me. When I read the Bible, and the reason why I get so passionate about it, is that in reading the Bible, I actually discover more about who I am, not just about who God is. There is something about the Bible which is transformative. One of my favourite verses which sums this up is Colossians 3:16, where Paul says, "May the word of Christ dwell in you richly." And that has that kind of really interesting phrase to it, because we often imagine when we read the Bible as like, I'm the active person reading that passive thing, the Bible, and if I work really, really hard, I'll begin to get to understand it. I'll kind of put all my careful thinking into it and I'll get what the Bible is. What Colossians 3:16 seems to be saying is the opposite. That actually the word of Christ dwells in us and is the active ingredient in us. And when it dwells in us properly, it actually is the thing that is about abundance, it's about richness. And therefore, the Bible, we don't so much read the Bible as the Bible reads us. And in reading the Bible and in allowing the word of Christ to dwell in us richly, we actually begin to understand who we are as human beings. And that is what makes it so exciting. I'll tell you what keeps me fresh with the Bible is the Bible. One of the things I do not understand and I cannot begin to comprehend is that I've been reading the Bible seriously for kind of full time for 22 years now. And every time I come to a passage, and a passage I know really well, there are some passages that I've read and read and read. There's one passage I wrote my doctoral thesis on, which is 10 verses long. I wrote 100,000 words on it, and I still can come to it and see something I've not seen before. And for me, it is something about its depth. And that's why it makes it different from another kind of a book. Other kind of books, you read them, you love them, they're great, you come back to them and you think, yeah, I've read that already. Whereas for me, what the Bible seems to do is that it lives and breathes. And so a passage I know really well, I come back to it a week later, a year later, 10 years later, and it jumps up and surprises me. And so the thing that keeps me fresh with the Bible is the Bible.